What's up? So right now I'm in the process of doing a valve body change, and I thought I'd show you guys the installation of the Sonnax AOD. It works with AOD, AODE, 4R70W transmission. It's a billet overdrive servo, and I guess it's supposed to be stronger than the A+ servo. So I guess like the strongest you can get for an AOD. So what this does is basically it puts extra apply force on your AOD, the band, the overdrive band. For me, I mean, I don't know if it's necessary in my truck. I mean, I have a 351 Windsor. Pretty tricked out, but it's designed for more like low RPM to mid-range. So I'm not putting out that much horsepower. Maybe like 400 horsepower probably. But show this to you. All right, this is what it comes with. This box. So the paper. So that is the actual servo. And, let's get the gaskets. The manual. Yeah, this is definitely, I mean, the other one you just pop in, where this one has like adjustments you have to make, so that's why actually I wanted to make it. Well, I'm doing the valve body change right now, and that's what kind of why I wanted to make a separate video, because I knew this would be long trying to figure out all the different adjustments and stuff that I have to do. And some springs, washers. I guess it's like some kind of adjustment tool I gave you. Washers. C-clamp. That's the actual shaft rod that goes in the thing, and it's kind of cool. And then they give you this little purple, like little billet cover. So that's kind of cool. Also, at the same time, since I'm gonna have the valve body off, in my other video, I do the actual TCI constant pressure valve body change. But I also have this 2.3 accumulator upgrade. So the stock one is like a piece of plastic. It's plastic with a couple seals on it. And I guess this is supposed to, I guess, improve the sealing, I guess, of it. I'm not sure, but I figured since I have it off, and this thing was probably about like 15 bucks, that wasn't a big deal. But one thing is, I didn't know I bought the 1.2 as well, but I actually have a AOD, so I don't know if that's. Oh yeah, this is actually AODs don't actually use the 1.2 accumulator upgrade, so that would only be for like an AODE or 4R70W. So yeah, this doesn't apply to an AOD, so I bought this on accident. So I mean, it's for 15 bucks. I don't want to bother returning it, so I'll just keep it. Because one day I probably might have a 4R70W. So that's that 2.3. And all right, so I gotta drop the valve body, old valve body. Well, to get to the servos, you have to drop the valve body, which kind of sucks. So. But I'm doing the valve body conversion anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. So all right, I'll get that going. Drop the pan, drop the valve body. I just got the pan off, and next I got to take off the filter. Yeah, I still got fluid draining there, as you can see. Take off the bolts, get the valve body off. Cool. I just got the valve body down. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but as you can see, it's still draining a lot. So I'm going to let this sit here for a few minutes so I don't get fluid all over me. But so that's the 3.4 accumulator right there, and this is the 1.2. So I got to replace the 1.2 in there, and then the overdrive servo here. So give this thing a couple more minutes to drain off, and then I'll start pulling those out. Okay, this one should be pretty easy. You have to. This is the 2.3 accumulator. I don't know if it's just called the third accumulator or 2.3 or whatever they're called, but so I'm going to pop that back in, lube it up a little quick, and this one's pretty simple, so that should go straight in. Put the snap ring back on, and that's it. So got the 2.3 accumulator installed, and now I have to start assembling the Sonnax overdrive servo. So first thing you need to do is, obviously take off the old servo, which I haven't done yet. I wanted to make sure I read all the steps before I took that out. So once I get that out, I need to put some piece of metal or coat hanger in there, and that's to keep the band so I can line the pin up. So the pin has to go through and engage this metal clip. You'll see, like, you can get a light up there and you can see like the band. There's like a little indentation on the band. me show you. This is the original band servo, but basically in that picture you have just like this, but this little tip sorry. Freaking thing out of here. Right. This little band has to engage this right here. Well, basically it needs to engage that little tip piece right there. So, alright. I'll get this going off, and I have to actually, what they say is to, the next step is to use this little tool. So I have to measure from the bottom of this servo here and make sure it falls within this gauge tool here, which is 400s in it. Yeah, 400s, 4/10 of it. Use that tool, so I'm gonna do that and get it going. All right, cool. Okay, so the whole point of that, I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm trying to get that over it. Is to get that tab lined up right there. Zoom in. See, this will focus. That's why that little tab in there is actually what the servo grabs onto. So that's why I have to put the some sort of like piece of metal in there to bring the band over to make sure that tip of that new servo actually hits that thing and grabs onto it. So I'm gonna, wiggle the hanger in there to try to get the thing moved over. So cool. I'll try that and get it go. Surprisingly, it actually works pretty good. See the hanger? I just had to stick up the hanger between the case and the servo, or not the servo, but the band up there, and that almost perfect. I mean, it only took me 2 seconds, and it aligned the thing almost perfectly. Look at that. Hopefully you can see. I'm trying to get the light and the camera at the same time. So yeah, now I can totally see where the tab's supposed to go. So now I can do that measurement and test it. All right, cool. To show you guys, but to do the measurement, I have to grab this little tool and put the servo in with no seals on, push up on it so it's engaging the band, and then put this little, it's hard to do this one hand. But this is supposed to fit in there, so I'm supposed to grind the tip of that thing until that little notch fits into the actual, that little, what the hell is that thing called, snap ring thing. I gotta push this up till it fully grabs, and I hate the idea of having to grind something though. It's like if you fuck up, it's game over. So, alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get this to fit in there and go to the next step. Alright, cool. So here back at the servo, and there's two different ways, looks like in the directions that you could actually install it. You can install it with these, this pin right here, with these, I hope you can see that. Put this camera over. Use this to really see it better, so I can zoom in here. There we go. So you have two options when you install this thing. You can, I've already had the seal on there already, so I can't see. But normally you'd actually just put this, you could use this little spacer here, or you can use a set of this combination of washers. And it shows in the manual how to set them up. And I guess what this is supposed to do is, if you use this this spacer, then it basically is a lot harsher. So that would be for more like a race car. Whereas if you use the washer combination, it kind of has like a spring effect, because the way these washers are, they're kind of conical washers, and they kind of act as like a spring. So I guess that's supposed to reduce harshness on the 3 to 4 shift. So, and that just goes in there. I'm actually going to use the washer because it's sort of like kind of like a daily driver. You know, I like to drive around town, kind of like my little beach cruiser. So I'm going to put a little, if you can see that, put a little petroleum jelly on there. And I already have that washer in there. I'm going to stick it in there. Let's seal it there. I'm going to have to seriously push down and get the C-clip because it's sort of like spring-loaded, so probably not going to be able to get that on camera, but I'm going to have to push down and get that clamp on there at the same time. So, or I don't know if I can see that. So, yeah, this I'm going to have to push this because it's under spring tension now with those conical washers. I'm going to have to push this down and slide the C-clamp on, so yeah, that's going to be kind of a bitch, but alright. I had to use my vise. I think it was just ridiculous how much spring pressure those conical washers are under, so I just used a little piece of metal. I have one from one of my other things here, and now I should be able to hopefully get my little clip down here. C-clip. So hopefully so. Let's see here. Yes! Alright, cool. Yeah, if you don't have a vise, I don't, or I also have a shot press too, but I don't know how the hell you'd even do that. It'd be like freaking impossible. Alright, well, I'll mess with this, but yeah, it's in there basically, so cool. So, got this thing ground down. You said you want to keep it like a conical shape. Kind of rounded at the edge. And got that to fit, and need to use a little petroleum jelly here. This here. This washer on there. And I get this into more. Get some. I'm just basically lubing these things up and trying. This is a lip seal. Alright, that bitch to get in. Okay, looks like it's in. So, yeah, I just want to show you the comparison of. This is the original AOD B servo, and that's the billet Sonnax. So there's a huge difference in the size. So I do actually have if you look at my other rebuild videos of AOD, I actually used a TCI Kevlar band. So some people said that, hey, the Kevlar band burns up really quick, so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because I really don't think I needed the actual do all this, but since I was already doing the valve body anyways, I figured I might as well do it anyway. So I guess I wanted more apply force on the band, the Kevlar band. Okay, so next step is I gotta pop this servo in there and get it mounted up. So you're supposed to lube everything up with a little petroleum jelly here. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, the only thing I didn't like about the process actually was way easier than I thought it was going to be. The only thing I didn't like was having to grind this tip. Because, I mean, dude, you take too much off, you can't go back. So just make sure you're careful when you're taking material off, not to take too much off. So I went back and I checked it about 10 to 20 times. I don't know, lots. I kept on going back and forth, taking a little bit off. So, yeah, I have a bench grinder. Make sure you don't get any dirt in here. So I have everything. I got my seals, little washers, spacers. Make sure I'm not having accessory parts anywhere. And I'll pop this back in the thing, and there you go. This was like $100 on eBay. Like normally they're anywhere from like 100 to 125, depending where you get them. This guy was having a sale for $99 and free shipping. So cool, hey guys. Yeah, I have if you've ever heard like cars going by my videos, I have a speed shop right by my house. It's called Raging Bull Performance, and they build like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and trucks and shit. So yeah, I hear like loud freaking supercars going by all day long. Okay, so there it is. It's installed. That's pretty cool. They give you a little purple billet. So what I did was I did the 2-3 rubber upgrade, bonded rubber upgrade. So in my next video, I'm doing the TCI, what's it called, the constant pressure valve body upgrade. So yeah, so that's the next video, and So yeah, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So cool.